Hey good people, hey good people. So for years I've wanted to put together a series to help new Destiny 2 players. Bungie always changes stuff around, so that's been hard, but I want to start with this video on how to get exotics period in Destiny 2. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, first up, I want to show you, if you go up into your main menu, you go to your destinations tab right here. This shows you the galaxy, obviously. Up here are your ritual activities, the three main activities of the game: Vanguard, Gambit, and the Crucible, right? If you enter into the menu for any one of them, you'll notice that if you hover over the activity, this will pop up. So this is a weekly reward you can get. And what do I mean by weekly? Destiny 2 has a weekly reset where all the vendors, all the weekly activities reset and the new activities get switched out, right? This happens every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and during Daylight Savings Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember that? So after that reset happens, as you can see, look at the weekly challenges. One is for Pinnacle gear. We'll save Pinnacle for another video if y'all want that. And then weekly, 1 out of 3 below that, the reward is a exotic engram, powerful gear tier 1. All you have to do for these is choose one of those ritual activities and complete 3 of that one activity. Boom, done. All right. Now, let me also point out that specifically for Nightfalls under Vanguard, if you look at Nightfalls and you go to difficulty over here, you can choose higher difficulties. Higher difficulties, as you can see from the rewards, they will give you better chances at getting an exotic to drop when you complete it. Now, the best chance, of course, is going to be in a Grand Master, where you can see as the rewards as exotic gear is common. It's almost guaranteed once you finish a Grand Master, but that's end game content. Okay, so now, how else can you get one? 2 is easy. It's just killing enemies anywhere in the freaking galaxy, and you always have a small chance that when you kill one, an exotic will drop for you. All right, now moving on. Number 3 is daily rotating legend and master lore sectors. All right, with that being said, when you're here on your map and you're looking for this lore sector, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look for this little symbol right here. This little upside down U, little cave symbol, right? This is the lore sector symbol. You'll find it randomly. Daily, these switch out and will be on a different planet, okay? Daily. At that reset time that I mentioned earlier, it'll switch. All right, so as you can see, today's is going to be Savathun's Throne World. So since you see this, go into Savathun's Throne World and look around, and it tells you right here is the extraction lore sector. It tells you where to find it, and it tells you if you solo the lore sector, you do it by yourself, and you finish it, you have a chance to get exotic legs armor. This comes in 2 difficulties, legend and master. You have a way better chance in getting it at master, but it's still RNG. You have no guarantee, but it is a good chance to get that one of that specific reward layout exotics. All right, moving on to my notes. Now let's get into raids, okay? Raids and dungeons. So raids and dungeons, how do I explain these? These are end game content you need 6 players for. You can use third-party apps, and soon you can use matchmaking within Destiny 2, or you can use guided games in Destiny 2. It's like junior matchmaking for 6-person activities. This is end game, usually hard activities called raids, right? Raids you can find here in the Legends tab. See Crow's End, Border Glass, King's Fall, those are all raids, right? And then almost every planet has a raid. As you can see, boom, Brood of Nightmares. Europa's going to have this baby over here, DSC, and so on and so on. And how does this work? Every raid, at the last encounter of the raid, if you finish it, has a chance to drop a exotic that is specific to that raid. Almost every raid, just about all of them, right? That's usually the norm. Or there's a quest that you can find that's attached to that raid, or you get from a vendor or from finishing the raid that is for a specific exotic. All right. Want an example of that? I'll show you right here. So an example of that would be, let me find it. I still haven't done it. I know. Divine Fragmentation, right? You'll always know if it's an exotic quest by the color when you hover over the quest. See how it's gold, not purple, gold? That's an exotic quest. That's how you know. All right. And then dungeons. Dungeons are another one. Dungeons is the same thing. Just about every single dungeon has an exotic that can drop from completing the final encounter. Dungeons can be found up here on the Legends tab as well. See, there's one right there. And then also on pretty much every planet that you find. So as you can see, go to Cosmodrome, move over. There's the dungeon right there. So again, dungeons will have unique, very unique exotics that you can only get from there, and unique weapons that drop from there as well. Now, to get to dungeons, that's a separate pay. You got to pay for those separately. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. Okay, just so you know. And moving on. Okay, here's one. This is great after you stack up some exotics and you really want to get some that you're missing. Over here on Neomuna, Neptune, there is this little special little Disney activity that pops up. Never know when it's gonna pop up, has no set schedule. It's called Vex Strike Force, right? It's not active now. I'm sorry, I wish I could show you what it looked like, but it'll pop up on the map similar to what this looks like, a regular public event. All right, when it does, if you go to it in time and you finish it, you're pretty much 99% guaranteed an exotic you do not already have if you have unobtained exotics. This has been one of the best things to do to get some exotics in your inventory, all right? And then if you need some help, because it's not, nowhere is it really explicit where and how it happens and anything like that. If you need help with that, in the description, I'll put some resources to help you out. All right, so check that out after the video. Moving on in my notes. All right, exotic quests. More about exotic quests. I just explained that to y'all not too far back, but I'll bring it up one more time. Exotic quests, they can come from a lot of sources. All right, a whole lot of sources. But as you can see, here's another one, the Queen Beckons. Here, what happens is you can get these from vendors, right? Some vendors that might be able to give it to you. Ikora in the tower. Let me show you. I will show you exactly where. So Ikora is over here in the tower. You can talk to her, you know, after you completed campaigns for your DLC, and see. That's where I got that quest I just showed you. But they can come from a lot of different places. Usually from finishing your campaigns for DLCs and any missions that open up after you finish your campaigns for DLCs, you'll be able to get exotic quests, but they can come from anywhere. You never know where. All right, so good thing is to do everything and try everything and talk to all your vendors and all that. You never know, you know. All right, moving on. Secret missions. Okay, secret missions are a completely different thing. So secret missions, no rhyme or rhythm. Secret missions are exactly what they sound like. It's Bungie putting a mission into the game where we don't really know exactly how to do it at first, and you got to do some special set of circumstances or quests to open up that mission. And then you do it, it's usually timed, and it gives you a very unique exotic. So I have guides on my channel for pretty much every single exotic secret mission that's out there. Feel free to check those out. And as they come out, I always try to put out a guide and keep y'all updated on those. Moving on. All right, number 8, tower vendors. This is why I'm standing in the tower. All right, so tower vendors. If you're here in the tower, see Postmaster's there. There's 2 vendors in the tower I really want you to know about for exotics. One is Rahul over here. So Rahul, you can focus these babies right here and other materials to get an exotic that you want. So preview, and you see focus decoding. Look at this, right? This is attached to DLCs though. You have to have bought the DLCs, but Red War should be open to you. But you have to, other than that, have bought the DLCs, and then you can actually focus these and try to get that exact exotic if you have it already, or you can just try to get an exotic from that group. So there's the material breakdown, and now you know, right? So that's Rahul. Now let me move on over, and then here we go. Go to towards your vault, right? And then we have this right here, the Monument to Lost Light. Here you can buy a long list of other exotics as well. All right, so this one's divided by DLCs and all of that as well, so you can check that, all of that out. And then if you ever want one, same thing, you got to have all of the required stuff that's on this list right here. So exotic cipher glimmer, legendary shards, ascendant shard. Want to know where to get the exotic cipher? I can cover that in another video, but it's another vendor called Zer that gives you a quest for that. All right. Now, moving on. We're almost done. We're almost done here, y'all. All right. Weekly rotating exotic missions. This is a newer thing to Destiny 2. And again, we're going to go to your nice little trusty Destinations tab, okay? So boom, Destinations. Up here at Legends, if you open that up, you've got always going to be right here, Operation Sheriff Shield. If you complete this and then complete its harder version, is how you usually get the catalyst for the exotic. Regular version gives you the exotic though. And this will switch out every week to another one. So they have a little schedule, all right? So I wanted you to know about that for sure. Now, moving on, there's a few more that I want to cover for y'all. Paid season pass and pre-order. Every season, right? Every season that has gone by so far, this might change in the near future, but as for the life of Destiny so far, for 22 seasons, we have had this pass right here, right? You've seen a battle pass before, I am sure. Now, every time you pay for the season pass, your first unlock will be that season's unique exotic. So this is this season, so you can just pick it up as soon as you start the season. Boom. That's how you get an exotic. It's a unique one every single time. And then the pre-order, I gotta discuss it just so you know. I'm trying to cover every exotic source, okay? So usually on the map for the next DLC, which our next one here is the final shape, you will see if you hit it and you open it, it'll be like pre-order now, pre-order now. It'll tell you if you do, this is all the stuff you get, right? But there is always early access so far to a unique exotic, and this time it's going to be that fusion rifle right there, tessellation. So I just wanted you to know that. Not doing a promo, just letting you know, okay? And then the other thing that I mentioned a little bit before was Zur. Now, Zur is this secret little just vendor that we have that only comes on Fridays at reset time and stays until Tuesday's weekly reset. Zur always is selling one exotic armor piece per class and an exotic weapon, and he changes his stuff up every week. All right. Zur is also selling another exotic called the Hawk Moon right now, but that can change in the future to include more, or they may take it away, just so you know. All right, y'all. So if you want to know where Zur is, I always release a weekly video, so keep an eye out for that. I always put it out as close to reset as I can to let you know where Zur is, because he can randomly be on different planets. You never know where, but I always let you know where. And I always let you know his inventory, so stay tuned for that as well. All right, y'all. So for my vets out there, if I have missed anything, please hit the comments. We are here to help new players to the game. And if I missed anything, let them know. And please, if this does help you and this makes sense or I can improve this video in any way, please let me know to my newer players out there as well. Comments help me big time. Likes, subs, and of course shares help me out. And comments help me out the most right now. Thanks, y'all. I hope this helps. I'm out.